Alright, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, Connor on Chains. So, we had a bunch of random shit happen over the last 24 hours. You know, sometimes I've been taking like a day in between videos, and just in that span of time in the last 24 hours, from my last one, I swear, crypto market moves so fast. It's like 2 weeks just went by in the span of a day. So, I'm going to cover just a couple of things that's has happened, and then we'll also just continue to cover some meme coins, meme bags. Because guys, I've mainly just been focusing very heavily on meme coins over the last month or two. Obviously AI, gaming, all these different stuff, and some other videos that I've covered. But really, like, meme coins have been going crazy. They still are, and I don't think they're gonna stop. Also, Bitcoin DeFi as well, I feel like is it's still fairly dead for what it is. It's a great time to be looking into it. And like I've claimed in the past few videos, I will be making stuff on runes, and more Bitcoin DeFi very soon. I have a couple videos planned out for it. So, Nero. We had this dog. Well, not this one. We had Nero here, Nero here. Nero coin, another Nero, another Nero. We had this dog Nero, apparently the owner of Dogecoin, his dog is named Nero. As in, I think he just got a brand new dog. And there's been a ton of fun, around one, if this is even legit, two, which coin is the actual legitimate one. I don't know if there's one that's actually, backed by, the person himself. I personally haven't dug into it too much because I've just seen this. This is the main one that I have up here. This is number 4 trending. You can just see the volume on this, guys. Over $300 million. And this, I think a lot of this legitimately came from this one 4-hour candle. Obviously, yeah, a lot of sell pressure right now. But yo, look at this. If we go to the 5-minute, this was a literal ripper. Like, dude, come on. Obviously launched way down here. Every 5-minute candle outside of this had a huge dump. Just ripped for hours. From literal 0 to over 100 million. That is so rare to see in the space right now. Especially on Solana, where 95% of coins just get sold off due to early snipers, early investors, people that just cannot hold. Most coins get sold off before they even hit 1 million, let alone maybe 1 or 2 million in market cap. Obviously, the narrative behind this is like 1 in a million. I think it's a great narrative, to be honest, but for me, I completely faded this. I was literally at the gym and grocery shopping, just day-to-day stuff. Of course, that couple hours span, I'm not on my computer. All of this happens. It's crazy. But yeah, again, you can't catch them all. You can't ever expect to catch all of them by any means. We got another Nero here. I think there's, like I said earlier, I think there's like legit 5, 6 of them. It's insane. But that was nuts. That's something I wanted to bring up because that's, after just looking at it now, the amount of like FUD and BS going on the timeline on Twitter is just, it's nuts. I'm like, I'm not even gonna waste my time thinking about buying or jumping in anytime soon. I'd rather, if anything, one of these or all of them just completely die out. This narrative fades, and once I see all of these literally bottomed out or faded, then I'd probably go check and see and really try to verify which one's the real one. But when the narrative's hot, that's not the time you should be jumping in. So I'm easily fading that. I could care less, to be honest. But that was just nuts to watch. Another thing I do want to cover is we got, apparently I thought it was supposed to be yesterday, but we got the My Lady Cult Coin. So this is the Twitter account that I wanted to pull up in my previous video talking about A lot of meme coins. I don't know why I couldn't find it, but this is what it is. It's at My Lady Cult. So they do have their Twitter out. Our Twitter out, yeah. Their Telegram. Their Telegram is just flooded those, memes. I haven't really seen too much yet. I still don't think there's 100% a date for it. I've asked around on Twitter in the last couple weeks, almost a month, to just give like a general date, and I got the 26th, but obviously it's not out yet. So at this point, it's just a waiting game, and we'll see. We'll just keep updated on tweets and stuff, but as far as that goes, this is not launched yet, and there's really still no 100% set date for the launch. It's just it'll come when it comes. I recommend following this account. If you guys want to be, notified of it when it happens. But I think I talked about a little bit what I thought would happen. I'm trying to think of some pre-sale memes, but so this is going to be a token on Ethereum. It will be an Ethereum-based coin. Because this is an official coin by Remilio, My Lady, and honestly, long term, I do expect this to do numbers. Short term is where it's going to be very difficult to tell. Because, if anyone's ever seen major pre-sales or even smaller pre-sales on Sol, one of the most prominent ones was actually Slurf, which I don't even know if this coin is still a thing, to be honest. I mean, it's still at 100-something million in market cap. I clicked the wrong pool. Hold up. But with Slurf, what I'm getting at is this was a major pre-sale, and I'm going to show you the chart, show you what happens, when you have a very, very hype launch for a meme coin specifically. I mean, it kind of happens with every single coin. The only difference when you have like a new launch that's a strong utility coin versus meme coin is there's a lot of vesting, and depending on what percent is actually allocated, that's where there's vesting and unlocks right off the bat. But with meme coins, depending on how the meme coin launch goes, most of it can be unlocked for everyone right away, right? Depending on that percent of supply, that's given to the community. But this is literally what Slurf has done. It looks like every single, long-term gaming AI coin, that has a heavy, hyped up launch and then just dies out for months. Literally the same exact chart. But as far as for Cult, I do expect it to do potentially something like this. I don't know how sideways it's going to be, because this is going to be a very, very bullish coin long term to be in. And again, this is from a longer term perspective. I know I just talked about short term, but short term, I think it's going to be the same exact thing as a lot of pre-sale coins. And honestly, 95% of meme coins when they launch, this is a 4-hour chart. This goes up, has a pump, it runs for what, a day, a couple days. Then what does it do? It goes sideways, kind of breaks structure and ends up going down and going down. So I think literally the first few days to maybe a week, maybe it just continues to trend up, bounce up. But at some point, that's all just hype. Once that hype kind of dies out from the launch, I think the coin's just going straight down for a while. But once that coin is down, it's even at some sort of bottom, like over here, I think people are going to scoop that coin up more than almost any coin on the market, at least for meme coins. I just think being an official coin, tied to such a strong asset, literally for the rest of the bull run, I think is going to be, it could be one of the easiest long-term holds, I think, for anyone that is into meme coins. And again, please keep note that I'm telling you, you should not be aping on the launch. I will not be aping on the launch. 99% chance. Unless it's at a couple million in market cap, which I know for a fact it probably won't be. But if it's very small in market cap, potentially. But again, there's a 90% chance if you just watch it on a daily, the first 3 days to a week, it's probably just gonna run, gonna be up a little bit. You might get FOMO, but just don't FOMO in, guys. You know, again, every single meme coin chart that has a heavy pre-sale, this is what it looks like. It goes up for a few days, a week, and just trends down for another 2 months. The only thing that would make this different is if, let's say, Cult Coin launches whenever, like very soon. It goes up for maybe a few days, starts coming down. But if Bitcoin and ETH break into new highs, even when it's down here, that's kind of change that scenario. Because let's say Cult launches in 2 days. I don't know when it's going to launch, like I said earlier. If it launches in a couple days, it goes up for a few days, comes down for 2 weeks, and let's say in 2 weeks from now, Bitcoin and ETH just god candle to 82K for Bitcoin. ETH is over all-time highs, and it's at 5K. Obviously the whole market is just going to get priced in within a week. It's going to be pumping like crazy. So that would be the only case where, if that's what it looked like, and within a 2-week span of Cult launch, even if it was dumping, it would probably recover and continue, strictly just based on the fact that ETH has now made new highs and pumped. But if we were sitting in this sideways market like we are, 100% this is what's going to happen. So just giving you guys some context, at least that is how I'm watching it and looking at it. I did not participate in the pre-sale. Initially, I thought it was a scam. I didn't realize it was a legitimate pre-sale. I saw it, but faded it, realized it was actually legit, once it was over. Like a few days after, I'm like, you're kidding. But I think from here, like I said, we'll see what happens. But honestly, I don't know. It's always hard to tell exactly what's going to happen because, it is one of the strongest assets, to be in Remilio, Milady. And I know for a fact many of those holders are very strong-handed. A lot of them are diamond-handed, especially for a coin tied to them. I really do think it could do very well, again, but that is long-term. Short-term, there's going to be people that are going to be up 5x, 10x, 20x potentially. And especially because it's all retail, there's no VCs, there's no sales to it, like private sale, nothing like that. There's no vesting. So anyone who's bought it, and if everyone can sell at the same time, there probably will be a lot of sell pressure. Again, because everyone that's invested in this, pre-sale coin, it's all retail investors. You don't have, some of these major firms and stuff jumping in. Maybe you do, I don't know. Maybe some of them were, tapped in the space enough to maybe do that, but like, you know what I mean? It's different when you got 100% just, retail degens. And I say that in a good way. Like, I'm a full degen. I love being a degen. But, when you got degens like that, all jumping in, there's probably going to be a lot of sell pressure when everyone is up instantly 5x, 10x, 20x, if not higher, I don't know. So keep that in mind. And that's also why a lot of meme coins die out so quick off pre-sale. So very questionable for what it will do short term, but long term, like I said, I think that will be a very strong performer. And I think a lot of it for me personally is going to depend on the market cap at launch and when it starts to go sideways. So keep that in mind. I know that just brought up a lot, but if you guys need to, just rewatch some of that info. Now, we even saw this cat here. I think their Twitter got suspended, but this is apparently the founder of Doge's cat, I think. And again, this one though, I don't even know if this is an official coin, right? So, no idea. Pure gambles right now on these. I'm not in these. I didn't take any sort of trades, but Soul meme coins have just been nuts lately. Outside of that, though, we got Retardio. Literally came right down into my entry because we had somebody, or the old entry that I had, because I told everyone the other day I bought back in right around 100 million, and I had my entry point legit set at 75 million. So, quick tip for you guys: sell when things are in the green and be patient and wait for a pullback. I'm telling you, because there are going to be a couple other coins I'm going to cover, as far as especially pullbacks to be looking at and waiting for. But someone apparently sold over 200K worth of Retardio to jump into one of the Nero coins, and within a 10-minute span of time, they were down 60% on their new, fresh rotation into the next $100 billion coin, right? Guys, do not do that. Do not be that guy. Do not be rotating out of your long-term bags, especially if you have a heavy allocation in a strong coin that for some, or if at some point will be going way higher. Do not be rotating from your long-term bags a heavy allocation to just ape into a new coin. And most of the time it will never work. I don't want to just, tell everyone, oh, like, you can't do it. Absolutely mess around with new launches and stuff, but if you sell your entire, major bag that you planned on, selling for a nice 5, 10, 20x, you have your sell targets, that's most of your portfolio. Let's say it's in one coin or these couple coins, and you take that allocation and then you throw it into something new, trying to just catch that, quick 20x. Guys, it's very risky, and like I said, it's gonna be hard to catch that stuff. So I never ever recommend you guys rotate from your long-term conviction bags. Use extra disposable money. Maybe take a couple soul out of it and degen with it. Whatever you want to do, whatever your portfolio size is. But like I said in my last video, on meme coins, I think at this point in the market, I think it'd be great to just have your holdings in a couple very, very strong long-term coins, and then maybe mess around with a small allocation of your meme coin portfolio to then mess around with new launches. You can use BullX, Photon, Trojan, whatever you want to do. But I really agree. I really believe that, but the main reason why I like that, though, is because even the higher cap meme coins, I still think are going to be some of the most high performing assets in the bull run. Even coins that are at something like this, 80 million, a couple 100 million, I think Solana meme coins will end up pulling insane numbers just because of how hype everything is right now on this blockchain. I firmly believe that. So that's what I mean by that. But so I want to pull up another coin that I do like. This is Aura. It is finally coming down. I wanted to tweet about this yesterday. It hit 60 million. Or 70 million, I guess. I didn't even know that. But yeah, also too, guys, just from a long-term standpoint, do you want to buy something up here? This is a daily chart. I don't understand how people, I get, looking at a coin, this chart is obviously insanely bullish, if you zoom in more and more. And it did bottom out, so I give the coin that. This definitely did somewhat bottom, but, continue to trend for a while. But guys, you got to zoom out on a lot of coins. When you see a coin on a daily chart just legitimately up only, to me that is the most high risk thing you can be buying, and expecting for it to just run insane. This to me needs a heavy pullback. I'm talking at least to 30 million, maybe 20 million. It's, in my opinion, it might pull a Michi, this chart. Just because of how hype it was and how fast and quick it went up, even on a daily. It's like look at Michi's daily, guys. If you know, I wish they had like a chart replay. Yeah, like Michi was insanely hype as well. Let me get this stuff out of the way. And again, the thing is, I actually like Aura a lot. You know, I literally was in it under 1 million, sold for a fucking loss. Absolutely wild. I swear, I was in so many of these gems so early, but yet, you know, for me, I keep not holding them. It's nuts. Just messing around, you know. Like I said, every single day I'm just usually messing around with new launches here and there, but again, for the most part, 99% of my portfolio is just in these long-term bags, you know. And I actually think Michi's a great one. It's also why I'm bringing it up, but like on a daily chart, like if you just zoom in, guys, look how up only this is. This never had that major correction, that daily correction. But what did it have to do? Because it shot up this high in this span of time, you know, it finally had that correction minus 80%. You know, and I remember people saying here, like, you know, Michi's going straight to 1 billion, like, this is the most bullish chart ever. Again, because it's in like a hype phase. Even though, you know, you could zoom in down here, went up, bottomed. But this is such a short-term bottoming out, and this picked up. You know, when things run this hard for so long, they have to pull back at some point. I firmly believe it. You know, I've seen it at least a couple thousand times just watching new coins, how they operate, how they launch. Like, not even just in meme coins, just on ETH, you know, all through last cycle, this cycle, I swear. Billy's an interesting one, though. Because in my opinion, Billy has just been kind of, I don't want to say up only, but a slow moving trend to the upside. I don't know when Billy's going to have that long-term daily pullback. I mean, it kind of did down here. Yeah, but it did not pull back. Actually, it did 70%. That's pretty good. So I don't know. I mean, I honestly, it's just been fairly up only for Billy as well. And I'm actually insanely bullish on this coin too. I think if you're going to choose a dog and a cat coin and you're looking for the safest bet, again, nothing is safe in crypto. I'll say that every time I say that. And NFA, do your own research, please. I'm not a financial advisor. These are just my opinions. I'm just some dude blabbing on the internet, right? But I think for, you know, a great long-term dog coin and cat coin could just be Billy and Michi, I swear. You know, I think the dog's just so cute. But that's what I wanted to bring up with Billy. And I'm trying to think too, I want to bring up lock-in as well. And there was one more coin I'm trying to think of. Yeah, so you guys can kind of see, like, this is mainly what I wait for when I'm looking for potential entries. Like, lock-in almost came down all the way. I would not be surprised to see it come down to around 21 million. That's, I actually don't even know when I made that. Maybe a week ago, to actually be looking for another entry. So this probably will come down. If it does, 20 million. You know, this is like free alpha because I haven't pulled up lock-in in a while. You know, anything around maybe 20 million, guys, would be a great long-term entry. Again, do your own research, check this stuff out yourself, and you know, I think lock-in is a powerhouse of a coin as well. But lock-in too, lock-in's, you know, it kind of launched and it sat sideways for a while. You know, so this one to me it looks very good. Just long term, and even on a daily, all these dips are just getting bought up like crazy. I think there's a massive seller that is just selling off right now. But lock-in, like I said, looks great. I'd say for, you know, other coins outside of the ones I always talk about, you know, we got Retardio and Mumu, like I said. Those are my two main Solana Memecoin bags. I don't plan on touching them, but lock-in looks good. Aura, like I said, I'm waiting for Aura to pull back at least another 50%. Because again, I'm very strategic with how I operate, and I refuse to just buy tops, anything remotely close to what I personally think is a top. And Aura is more topped out than any coin in the entire market. Oh, that was the other one. Actually, no, I'm not going to bring it up today, though. But, there's another coin that I've seen that on the daily chart, it's same thing. It's just straight up for like weeks. I know for a fact it will correct at some point. As I look at it, guys, like, I'm going to cut the video short here. But Hoppy is a coin I've been watching for a long time. This is what I mean, though, about up only as well. Hoppy up here. I was waiting. I think I made videos early June about Hoppy, a couple of them. Because I actually like this as a meme coin on Ethereum. But same thing. Look at that chart. It's just up only. Like, there's only minor pullbacks. I've been waiting for a heavy correction. And I know for a fact this will probably come down even further. That is the correction I wait for. If you're looking for a second long-term entry into a coin, you're waiting for the next major leg up or leg down to then take that next major leg up. So I could see if Hoppy does pull down maybe to 20 million, 30 million. Again, granted it might not, but if it would, that would be a great entry to just jump in and don't even think about it. Outside of that, those are mainly the coins I'm watching right now. At least for like major, more larger cap meme coins on Sol that I think have a ton of upside still. Even though I just brought up Hoppy, but that was for the chart. So like I said, if you guys are looking for some really great ones, I think Lock-in's great. Billy and Michi, I think will do very well long term. Aura, I like Aura a lot, but again, I think that's got to pull back very heavily from here. But again, it might take maybe 2 weeks. It might take a month max. It's gonna take a while. It's not gonna be a couple of days, and that's where I think people sometimes don't realize that there's kind of a difference between like a minor pullback and an actual heavy correction, and that's how I kind of discern myself from it, because they last a while. Because the coin goes up only for 2 months. You can expect a pullback for a similar amount of time, maybe longer, maybe a little less before it goes up again. As you can see too with NPC, this was one I was also watching. And again, when I was looking at over here, this was another one. One of the most up-only charts I think I've ever seen in crypto history is NPC. Like, it just has, what, almost a year? Like 6 months of just up. I mean, yeah, these are actually, a lot of these were heavy dips, which is good to see. But again, on a daily chart though, like, just look how up only this is. It's just a literal parabola to the upside. And waiting for this parabola to be broken to then bounce down. It kind of had a great correction here and then bounced and continued up. Honestly, I don't even see people talking about this coin on the timeline, but the strength of this coin is unbelievable. It's literally undeniable, like, looking at it. But so anyone who got in this one very early, like, this launched literally at the time when all the strong ETH meme coins launched, right before everything started to move. So to anyone in these, shout out to you guys. Like, this coin has been killing it. But again, this, I don't recommend anyone jumping into any of these at certain times. Like, do your own research, check these out. But NPC does look good. But I mean, as far as like a long-term entry, yeah, even so, it's hard to tell because, like I said, I like major dumps. If we saw this go pull something like that, that would be something I'd say, okay, around this area would be beautiful for an entry. But this was actually a great dip. Down around 50-60%. But I honestly would have wanted this to come down even further. So I think I would have missed this one, and anyways. Again, that's just how I operate in this market. But outside of that, I'm gonna cut this video here. It's already 30 minutes, getting way too long. But I hope this helped you guys. How you're just really understanding where you should be looking to potentially sell. Just look for very heavy overextensions on coins. Like if your coin chart really does look like this, it just looks up only as fuck. You have to understand it will correct at some point. And again, Retardio is the perfect example I showed you. If I was just patient, I didn't buy in at 100 million, I could have got a little bit more extra coins when, my initial entry around 75 million, if I waited for those limit orders to hit, because I FOMO'd in, I didn't get it. But if I waited, I would have got an extra, random dollar amount of coins, right? Just because I was patient and I waited. But same thing here. If you guys see on a daily, just heavy up only. This one at daily, just God candles, God candles, God candles on Memecoin. It's like, dude, it's not gonna last. It will maybe continue to move up. But what happened here? Again, it's been correcting since April. So that's what I mean. I think this will 100% go on another run. But that's what I'm just talking about. When you see a heavy up only move, just look for signs that it's topped out, as in, it's already done a 10, 20, 30x. There's no actual correction here. Like, for a fact that there's got to be at least 60 to 70% dump from the all-time high at some point. And that could be a good time to sell, even anywhere in here, that would have been good, and then potentially for a re-entry. So that's what I got for you guys today. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.